Hello again, XDA TV. I'm out here visiting with my family this weekend, but I wanted to talk to you all a little bit about what happened at Google I/O this year. First up, an announcement I was extremely excited to hear about. NVIDIA officially launched the Shield TV. It's going to be available starting right now. It's available in two different versions, $199 and $299. That is the 16GB and 500GB Pro variants of the device. Hopefully I'll be able to get my hands on one of those before too much longer, and if I do, of course you'll be seeing some videos about it. Google announced an Android developer course that they're running called a Nano Degree that you can participate in. The first enrollment for it ends on June 8th. It's going to run for about 9 to 12 months, and it's going to cost $200 a month. So if you ever wanted to be an Android developer and you've got a little bit of experience in web development, this might be interesting to you. As I mentioned in Friday's video, Google also announced their updated Photos service. It's not exactly tied to Google Plus entirely as it was before. The app itself has been updated quite a bit at this point, and now you can actually search through it using people's faces or using the location you were when the photo was taken. And as I mentioned before, you've actually got the ability to store unlimited photos and videos as long as you're willing to have them recompressed and as long as you understand they're going to be no larger than 16 megapixels for pictures and 1080p for video. And also at I/O, Google officially announced that Inbox by Gmail is now open for everyone to use. I tried using Inbox a little bit briefly right after it first became available, and I just wasn't a huge fan of it, but I know there's a lot of people that do really enjoy it, so if you are one of those people that are interested in it, you may want to go take a look at it. Google also announced an updated version of their Google Cardboard product, and now it supports devices with up to 6-inch screens. And what's even more interesting is it also works on iOS devices now. Previously it was just Android devices, but now you can stick your iPhone 6 in there if you really want to. Anyway, let's go ahead and move on to the stuff I know you guys are really interested in hearing about. Android M was talked about quite a bit at Google I/O. It's going to come with built-in fingerprint support, which is going to use open authentication APIs to do purchases, so you can purchase things in the Play Store, but additionally apps are going to be able to use those APIs. So for example, you could go to Target and then pay for your purchase using just your fingerprint. And of course, you'll be able to use your fingerprint to unlock your device. But to go along with that new fingerprint ID system, they've also unveiled Android Pay. This is their next attempt at making an NFC contactless payment system. But the cool thing about this is when you tap your phone to do the NFC purchase in a store, it doesn't actually share your credit card information with the store. It just authenticates you as you and says that this person does have this amount of money available so it can make the purchase. It doesn't send your direct credit card number to the store. That's definitely a plus as far as I'm concerned. It's going to work on Android 4.4 and above, so if you aren't going to be able to get your hands on Android M yet, or even Lollipop yet, you still might be able to use it. They also unveiled a new feature of Android M called Now on Tap, where effectively it watches what you're doing all the time. It listens to everything all the time. And if you hold down on the home button, it can do context-aware searches. So if you're in an email and it's talking about an event that you're going to be going to, you can hold down the home button and it will figure it out and it will do searches for it. If you're talking about going to see a movie, you can hold down the home button, it'll pull up information on that movie. I'm a big fan of context-aware things, but at the same time, it can be a bit creepy. They also announced that in Android M, you're going to have the ability to manage app permissions just a little bit better. Previously, when you install an app, you agree to all the permissions the app is ever going to want, and that's it. You can't do anything about it other than uninstalling the app. But with Android M, when you install an app, you don't agree to anything, you just agree to install the app. And then when it needs permissions for something, it will actually ask you, can I have permission to use the microphone? Can I have permission to use your camera? And even after that, you can go back after the fact into your settings and say, for this app, I don't really think you need access to my location. I don't think you need access to my microphone. So I think that's going to make a lot of people that are security conscious a little bit happier. They've also added in something they're calling app link enhancements. So right now, if you click on a link in an email or an app or a web page or something, it's going to bring you up an app chooser and let you try to pick out what app you want to use to open it. It's not going to really know what's going on. But with these app link enhancements, when you set up your application, you can actually specify where the link should go. I'm not 100% on that one. Do feel free to leave some information about it in the comments below if you're interested. But the example that they gave was basically you're reading through an email, you see a link to a Twitter status, and you click on it, and it just takes you straight into the Twitter app. The problem with that I see is, what if you have multiple Twitter apps installed? I don't know. It gets back to the whole Android intent thing. They also unveiled a new concept called doze, wherein your device will sleep a little bit deeper. So if it detects from the sensors and everything that it's been sitting on a surface for a certain amount of time, it detects that it's sitting, that it's abandoned or whatever, instead of sitting there and just draining your battery using wake locks and polling app status and everything, it will just go into a very deep sleep. And they say that it can make your standby time last up to twice as long. But with that, you will still get all your priority notifications, so you don't have to worry about that. So if you've got your Nexus 9 that you've completely forgotten about using, but you do still want to get some notifications on it, now you'll be able to get slightly longer battery life. And one thing I think everybody was expecting, they've added in support for USB-C at this point. But in addition to just supporting USB-C, they're also going to be supporting the ability to charge other devices using USB-C, as well as having faster charging rates and faster data rates. So your device can essentially become a battery pack pack. And then when you deplete the battery, you plug it in, you charge it up a whole lot faster than you've charged it previously. And just a couple of more things. They've updated WebView. They've added in the ability to do custom Chrome tabs using the WebView so that an app doesn't have to have a full WebView in it. It can have its own custom thing. It can add in some components to the browser bar or add in custom menus into these custom Chrome tabs. I'm not 100% on that one. Again, I'm not an Android developer, but they've also added in multi-window mode. I know with a lot of devices like the LG G4, you have the ability to do these multi-windows, and a lot of people have been a big fan of using these multi-windows for a long time. So now you should be able to do it natively in Android, starting with Android M. And if you want to try it out for yourself and you have the developer preview on your device, you just have to go and make a change to your build prop. I'll have a link down below where you can take a look at it and see how to do that on your device. They do say it is still a bit buggy because, again, it's still a developer preview. And if you'd like to see what all has changed in this developer preview, there is an AOSP changelog because they have released the source code for the Android M developer preview. So if you want to see that, again, links for everything that I've talked about down in the video description. My arm is getting extremely tired, so I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go for today. Remember to hit that like button down below the video if you like this video, subscribe to receive more videos when they become available, and I will see you again next time. Bye guys.